Next slide, please. So the next one is the next pathway that we'll do the report on is on discipline-focused data issues. And for this, we had 12 sessions, 5 buffs for intergroups, 1 working group, and 1 joint session. But we'll report only on 8 sessions because 2 others were already reported in other pathways, and 4 of them didn't provide us any takeaways or summaries. So. So the first one that the first group that I'm gonna outline the summary is the Earth, Space, and Environment Science interest group. So they had a great discussion on whether you should well, on the role of generic versus specialist domain repositories for long-term preservation of observational data. So they outlined that a lot of researchers are actually using generic domain repositories instead of using domain specialist repositories. So they reported that they need sustainability on the domain level repositories. So there is a need for moving from generic repositories to domain level repositories. And I think I'll jump to the next one for the sake of time. So the next one was the Research Data Management and Engineering interest group. There was a joint session with the Infrastructure and Interoperability interest group. So they outlined the cross-pollination across presented topics, emerging large language model applications, as well as it seems like everybody's actually using those. So they've been working on the formation of a new working group. Then the goal is to build and to explore terminologies and schemas, materials, science, and related domains. So they will work on terminologies and schemas for those. And this should be maybe fostered by the Tiger project. So next slide, please. So the next one, next presentation was from the Linguistic Data interest group. So they outlined the needs analysis survey that they've been working on. So the main outcome for this is that they will continue working on the survey and using the feedback that they gather from these sessions. And they also outlined that the survey seemed to be fit for purposes. So they will be working on finalizing that. So the next one was the Life Science Data Infrastructure interest group, and they actually gave 2 presentations by the interest group co-chairs, and the idea is it was focused around the research data life cycle and how could better enable assets to be fair. Okay, so that was the idea of the discussions. Can you go to the next slide, please? Okay, so guys, I'm just gonna go very quick on this one because yeah, we don't have much time. So within this pathway, we also had some buffs. So the first one was for wind energy community standards, and the idea is to identify overlaps with other domains related to wind energy. So they decide to spawn and to propose a new working group related to wind energy. Next one was on the domain ambassadors, the creation of launching of the RDA domain ambassadors in interest group, and this is a very nice one because it will be a good forum for fostering cross-domain, cross-subject collaboration. So the idea is that the ambassadors, they could provide like a smaller network within a larger community network that is RDA itself. So they could foster more direct, more specific discussions within these domain ambassadors, subgroups, as I can say. Okay, so next one, please. So the common themes that we outlined for this is that the majority of sessions aim to start interest group or working group, which is very nice. There's also the discussion regarding the generic vest domain specific on a number of access aspects, for instance, repositories.